Hi, my name is Michael Phillips. A lot of you have been kind of confused on some of the things I've been saying about the Kokomo crew, and I've had some questions on how I know some of these and how I know so many of these names within this Kokomo crew and this Kokomo drug ring. Well, today we're about to break this down for you. I was asked to kind of dress nice. I'm still dressing nice, but at the same time, I'm letting it be known I ain't scared. We got a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more gear. But I'm gonna break it down to this right now. Life in Kokomo was never easy for me. About 2012, 2013, I decided it's Indianapolis or Kokomo, and I was on the streets. Which one would be safer? If I was on the streets, I've been hearing about so many shootings up in Indianapolis, didn't feel safe at all. So I chose another bigger city, and I started looking up. They had options for the streets that I could deal with. Not as big, not as dangerous, so I thought. So I ended up making my way up to Kokomo. When I first got there, I chose a bridge. Didn't know what it was called. There was a pool right next to it. Come to find out, it's called Kokomo Beach, right next to Foster Park. Early summer is about when I got up there, and somebody knew me as Cowboy. And I started hanging out with a bunch at Foster Park. Anywhere I went, you see me in my cowboy hat. Anywhere you seen me, I had my cowboy boots on. But at the same time, this Foster Park crew is what I named them. I started noticing where some of these individuals, Sierra Daly, Zoe, and a few others, I'll start naming off every name here when it gets time. But I'm bringing it down to when I first got to Kokomo. I started seeing some things, and at one point, the whole FBI sees something, say something. I ended up saying that. Spoke up, started talking to them, and what I was seeing was domestic and foreign terrorism. So I ended up with FBI becoming an FBI informant. That's how that happened. It wasn't drugs, wasn't gangs. It was domestic and foreign terrorism. I was seeing it, and what I was saying directly ended up being true. Started having some people right there in Kokomo, still right around Kokomo, started getting them in my files and started investigated by FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force out of Indianapolis. But back to Foster Park crew. So many of these YouTubers you're seeing saying Kokomo crew, Kokomo crew, Kokomo drug ring. They don't understand where the name Kokomo crew came from, how it originated, and who did it. Who did it? They're looking at him. The reason I gave Kokomo crew the name was how I gave Foster Park crew, the group hanging around Foster Park. While hanging around there, I started noticing where the mayor would want certain things done. Certain people ran out, and the police kept silent. Nobody there. And at times, there was individuals working for the Parks Department. They end up actually, being part of my Milwaukee Iron. There was a few times cops would push you off, but then by mayor's orders, the park department, by mayor's orders, you need to get out of here. If you don't want to be moving, you want to get out of here, I won't bother calling Kokomo Police Department. I'll just call some of my Milwaukee Iron buddies. I started noticing right then and there, it's kind of odd. The mayor's orders, you're not law enforcement, but yet you're got the little bit of a power and push to do what the mayor's bidding. What the hell? So that's where I kind of started dubbing them the Kokomo Good Old Boys. Little did I know. Little did I know. The names and what I was saying would get so much worse. I want to push forward to 2016. October 10th going into October 11th. I left my girlfriend's place at the time, heading back to my place. I was on a bicycle. My cane was up on my uh, handlebars. I don't know if you can see now, but this is what I'm in right now. My chair. Nerve damage. I've lost use most of my legs. I use forearm crutches when I'm not in my wheelchair getting around. We'll get into that later. But I'm going back to October 10th, going into October 11th, 2016. I was just on my way home. Seen this black girl, upset, scared, looking behind her. Scared to death. Something wasn't right. First I went past her. I ended up stopping to turn around. Something in me didn't feel right. So I stopped, I turned around, and proceeded to wait with this girl. Hearing her story, they say me I'm as good as dead. She kept repeating that. If I moved left, if I moved right, she'd make sure. She wasn't making this up. She wasn't just saying it, she meant it. This is real. Over about 2.5, 3 hours, I waited with this girl. Watched her text and call, and finally got a hold of her sister's ex-girlfriend, Paige Turley. And how many of you ask how I knew some of these people from the very get-go was Foster Park. That's where it all started. That's where I felt safe. And I've met so many of these that were hanging around there, that eventually went into the Kokomo drug ring, and what I dubbed the Kokomo crew. It's sick. There's now over 57 cases, including a Kelsey Thompson, that's now missing with these ties to this Kokomo drug ring, the ones in and around it, showing left and right. It's sick. But many have asked how I knew these names. It started there. It started with Karina's case. And it did help when I was still an informant with the FBI, so I was getting fed some names in and around this drug ring directly from the agent that was over me. One thing he did tell me, and one thing I'm seeing now, the Kokomo corruption, Howard County corruption. FBI's known about this for years, and for his own words, it's been on the back burner brewing. If it's been back there brewing, I think it's burning and spilling over now, don't you, FBI? You know the corruption that's been allowing this drug ring, cartel drug ring at that, to exist. Ones that are on their payroll. And FBI's known about this corruption going on for years, and have done nothing. Sick. But how I knew so much, and how I ended up actually getting pushed on a couple people right there, in and around this drug ring, was by that agent right there. That's how I know so much. I started poking around some names. I was given some more names. Showing this drug ring from top to the bottom. There was an ex-girlfriend of one of these drug members. Gave me every single name of the Kingpin families. Dukes, Chavez, Acoa, Gonzalez. The list goes on. Where you work during the day as cover, your role, your affiliation, your dealers. Each and every single one I've already known. And that's how I came to be. So I started hunting evil true crime. I'm saying this, and I've been speaking on this from the inside. Never got in around it. Never got into the drugs. But it was help with that FBI agent to help me start seeing this as a whole. The issue as a whole. I'm trying to give you guys answers of how I got started, how I started seeing this, and where I'm at now. I'm trying to speak up on this, and I'm trying to get things done. sick. FBI is known about issues, the corruption that's allowing this to go on, take lives after lives after lives. There's now over 57 cases in Indianapolis. From Indianapolis, Kokomo, there's the operation of this Kokomo drug ring. Terre Haute, Marion, Lafayette, Delphi, Flora. The areas of operation of this drug ring, the names in and around this drug ring, these names keep popping up left and right. It ain't right. I've been already told, if I keep talking about this drug ring, the names in and around it, I'll be the next one missing and killed. Stage 4 kidney failure. Got nerve damage, I got epilepsy, got a few other issues going on. My ticker's already ticking. You think I'm scared of you? Think I'm scared of death? I signed an oath back in 2005 going into 2016 to serve my people and serve my nation, up to and including my life. That oath never dies. It stays with me till the day I die. That flag's over me. Be it coming from a while down the road to maybe tomorrow. At my body's hands or your hands, one way or another. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. So many of your names keep popping up around cases like Kelsey's. And it needs to stop over and over and over again. I'm trying to answer a few questions I've been asked, and a few things to bring up. Like I said, how I became an informant. See something, say something. That whole rule. I got to know so many of these names. Foster Park. They went from Foster Park to starting to Dill. They went into the Kokomo crew, the Kokomo drug ring. I followed these names. Like I said, Zoe, Sierra. The list goes on. They started with Foster Park crew just hanging out. Worst they did, I started seeing when spice was legal, you go to the gas station, get a bag of spice. At first, when I started seeing them smoking around the park, I was like, no. You're going to do that, go to the bridge. Keep it out of the view of the kids. Kids don't need to see that. You want to get high and shit? Go hide out. Go do it. Come back when you're stoned. Oh well. You're going to be sitting back relaxing. You're not doing it around the kids. Go to one of the bridges. Hide out. Do it. Do what you want to do. Out of view. Out of sight. Out of mind. Cops start getting off you less and everything like that when stupid stuff isn't being shown around kids. You'd be hanging around, eating, just chilling out. That's one thing. You can be high. Oh well. But doing it right there in the park, that's a big no-no. A lot of these people end up, some of them listening to me, some went into the Kokomo crew. Ones listening to me are parents now. I have no affiliation, no ties. Some of them actually feeding me some information on some of the ones that's still in Kokomo crew. Talk to them every once in a while while talking to them. These individuals are feeding me information that I need. Names, affiliations, dealers. This is how I know so much. I'm on the inside speaking out, screaming out, asking for help. Showing these names, showing the affiliations, showing the ties between these cases. I'm not doing it as a druggie. I'm not doing it as somebody that was involved with this. But I'm screaming from the inside out. Asking for help. I'm seeing things other than these YouTubers. They're there for the clicks, the money, the subscriptions. To get what? Money. I'm not here for money. I'm here for justice. What they say they're about. I've been seeing things. I've been seeing names, affiliation, ties. I proved this. There's an officer, Garland Cooper, IMPD, Southeast Side. This is just when Karina and Delphi was going on. I was showing affiliations to this drug ring. Back to cases down in Indianapolis like Jamie Beasley, Mariah Coy, Tony Klein, Devin, plenty others. Like I said, it's the area operations of this Kokomo drug ring. First I thought it was Indianapolis supplying Kokomo. It's the other way around. Kokomo's so big, it's the one supplying Indianapolis and their area operations. Terre Haute, Kokomo, Muncie, Anderson, Delphi, Lafayette. And in these areas of operations, this drug ring, there's been 3 officers, 3 batches killed. And it's this exact same drug ring. They look higher up, follow those drug dealers, who they know, you're going to start saying it goes way above. It's not just 1 or 2. But hey, I'm going to keep this short. In the next few videos, I'm going to start breaking this down slowly and methodically. I've had people say what I've been trying to say doesn't make sense. So we're going to start at the very beginning and go to the very end. Anybody watching this, you're in or around this ring, you got 24 hours. I'm willing to go to Kokomo. If just showing your faces, your names, that ain't enough, I'm showing out filming your location, where you're staying, where you lay your head down, thinking you're safe. You're not going to say anything. You're going to be involved with this drug ring. You can go lay your head down. This will be on me. GoPro, my own little body cam. Anything I say or do will be on this. From the moment I come to the moment I leave. No hearsay. But I think randomly going from one spot to the next, giving out your exact location, filming outside of your house, not only saying your name, your ties, affiliations from dealer down, giving these people what they need. Names, affiliations, down to the locations on where to watch out and stay away from. You got 24 hours. Kelsey Thompson, information better be starting to get coughed up. If not, Kokomo, I'll be seeing you soon.